How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is RuffledRowlit, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. We have some great news, guys, but also a little bit negative for me. But ladies and gentlemen, we got this tweet from the Pokemon Company saying 8/21/2025, aka the 21st of August, YouTube premiere, 6 a.m. PDT for my European friends. That's around 3 o'clock in the afternoon if you're in Central Europe, and about 2 p.m. if you're in the UK. So just a heads up if you're in those time zones. If you're in the rest of the world, if you're in the United States, you guys can just convert that. But basically, they tweeted also saying viewer discretion advised, and a camera and what looks to be like sketchy VHS footage with like a hole in the wall here, or a hole in like the fence. But not just that, there's some purple goo. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this is them hinting at a new reveal, and they've done these reveals in the last few games. They also did this for Scarlet and Violet, where they revealed like one of the brand new Pokemon. I think it was Grafaiai, I think, or it could be. Actually, who was it again? It was like a Pokemon though that we had revealed for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that specifically was revealed through them making like a found footage video, right? And they also did, I think, found footage for Alolan Zorua. Sorry, not Alolan Zorua. Jeez. I think Hisuian Zorua. There it is. So for Hisuian Zorua, they did that. And I think they also did it for, again, I could be crazy, but I think it was for Grafaiai. I think so, at least. I'm going to just look it up if that was the case. Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, for Grafaiai, they did one. For Shroodle and Grafaiai, they did also do one. So this probably means we're going to get a new Mega reveal. Now, why do we know it's a Mega? But because we already know based on leaks that there will not be any brand new Pokemon and any brand new forms. There's only going to be brand new Mega evolutions in this game. And this is one of the ways they can show off a brand new Mega, obviously. It's like one of the easiest ways they could do that. Like, literally, there's no other way for them to reveal this any better. But it doesn't end there. We also, I think, had another tweet that was on the Japanese tweet where they showed off this right here, showing again a building that's a bit abandoned, a Pokemon building, obviously, and then a bunch of like Guga and stuff on the floor. Now, I really hope this isn't like going to be just like something unrelated to to Pokemon like Legends EA, in the sense of like not a Mega or just a feature or something. I do think it's going to be a Mega evolution without a doubt, especially given the fact that we haven't seen enough Megas yet, and they still need to reveal at least a few more, the same way they revealed a bunch of the brand new Pokemon and forms in Pokemon Legends Arceus. But here in this case, what do we actually see again? Well, like I said, fence with a bunch of purple goo. That's the first thing. There's a hole in it. It's a very small hole, so it's kind of curious why there would be such a small one. Then the second one is a bunch of like splatters on the floor, which could be ink splatters, and one of those possible Pokemon could be Inkay, right? Inkay could be one of the possible ones that they would be revealing here. Potentially, right? In the Japanese tweet, you guys can see literally as they say here, the sweetly beckoning building incident. Reference footage posted on a certain video site, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Released 21st of August, Thursday, 2022, 22:00 premiere release note. Viewer discretion advised. This footage contains scenes with psychological tension. They're literally trying to hype this up as like psychological horror, which is like, I didn't expect to be like seeing like horror Pokemon adjacent stuff for Legends EA out of nowhere. It's kind of weird, but it's still cool. It's interesting. Also, if you're wondering why I look like a I don't know, drug dealing gangster, don't worry about it. It's for a different video. But basically, it's just interesting to see that they're doing this. But the question that becomes, what are the Pokemon they could do this for? Well, if we look through the list of potential Pokemon, because again, there is like this purple stuff, which would imply maybe a poisonous goo or something like that. What could the options be then? Well, we do have Malamar with its pre-evolution, of course, Inkay, which could be the one getting it, because they do shoot out, you know, literally like mucus, right? Like they shoot out like whatchamacallit, like just Guga. I don't even know how to say it otherwise, like in another way. So most likely it could be the Malamar Mega Evolution, because you guys can see right here the entire list of every single Mega that we're going to be getting. Like, this is an entire list of all of them, as you can see, and included in that would be Malamar. But there is another option, and the two options we do have as well, actually there's more than two, but some of the options we could have is Dragalge, because of it's also having a poison typing. So it could be that too. It could also potentially be our boy Victreebel, because Victreebel is also supposed to get a Mega. It has the poison typing as well. And then finally, I think the only other one that it could be besides Chandelier, I mean, that's not really poison or anything, so that wouldn't make sense. And then it would be more like a Haunted Mansion would be a better fit, but that's another one. But, like, you know, maybe. Very, very low chance. The other one, too, actually, would be is Scolipede, because, again, of its poison typing. Or, I guess some suggestions said that it could be Mega Meganium. Potentially. Maybe if it gets a poison typing as it's like, as a new part of its evolution, that could make sense. But I think that's the least likely one. Like, out of all of them, the least likely are going to be Meganium and Chandelier. The most likely is Malamar, most likely, and Scolipede, most likely, or Dragalge and or Victory Bell. Though, again, Dragalge makes less sense because of its, you know, how it looks and everything. Having it fit into that room just seems a little less, you know, I don't know. Malamar makes the most sense. Scolipede would make a lot of sense too. Though I'm wondering with Malamar, because its description for what its mega looks like, we can actually scroll down here and find that description, because I think it literally says that it's literally here. It's an Ozempic stick, which is the you know, a thing that's used to like lose weight. And it basically, he hinted here, Ball Guy, that it was essentially going to be more elegant and slender looking, fitting the theme of you know, of it being like a skinnier looking version of the existing Malamar. So that potentially could make sense, which is why I was able to slip through here. Maybe that's what they're like implying with this. Who actually knows? But yeah, again, it's weird, and they're calling it the building incident. And again, it is related to Pokemon Legends EA, and the trailer will release on August 21st. So again, interesting, very curious situation, to say the least. Like, I am very intrigued to see what exactly is going to be coming out of this, because this is so out there. This is so unexpected. Like, it's weird. They're starting their promotional cycle now, rather than actually like last year or earlier this year or earlier into the year. They're starting it right at the end when the game is about to come out, which is fine, but it's a bit weird to keep people waiting for so long and start revealing things now, because we kind of already know about all the megas, which ones are in the game at least, and now we just want to see most of them, but they haven't really revealed a lot, and this is their first thing in that direction, right? I mean, of course, we did have Mega Dragonite revealed with like the last Pokemon Presents we had. That was revealed. We did also have Pokemon Worlds revealing stuff, so at least they are putting out more information now, like, finally, but it is a little like late into the promo cycle. I think they should have done it a bit earlier, though I think Legends EA is still going to perform really well and sell really, really good, purely based off of the fact that it's like the first Pokemon game on the Switch 2 that you can actually play that isn't just like an already existing game like Scarlet and Violet. So I'm pretty sure it's going to do fine. No matter what, it's going to do fine. It's not even a worry. It's definitely going to be a very successful game, to say the least. So in regards to that, it should be fine. But yeah, I'm just excited to see this, man. Now, I will be honest, I'll probably be at Gamescom around this time. I'm going to be actually playing Legends EA while I'm at Gamescom, so I might be able to record some footage of Gamescom, and then actually, if there is an availability for me, I might be able to stream from there for you guys, because there is a creator working space. So I will be bringing my Legion Go right here. I'll be bringing this bad boy with me. So I'll be actually having this. You guys can see I've got my Charizard there. I'll be having this with me, so I might be able to actually play a bit of the game, record some footage, upload that for you guys to see, and on top of that, be able to actually spend some time literally just going through the entirety of like what's in that trailer when it does get revealed. And I probably will try to stream that as well for you guys, just so you guys can see what it's all about. But yeah, again, I'm very excited to see what's going to come out of this, because I don't know, man, it's an interesting situation. And since I forgot to mention this in my previous videos, I don't know if you guys saw this, but they have basically confirmed that the Omni Ring has been revealed. Now, this is going to be the item for Pokemon Champions, which is going to be used for Mega Evolving, Z-Moves, Dynamax, Terra Pokemon, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's an accessory that allows traders to perform Mega Evolution, Z-Moves, Dynamax, and Terrestrialization in Pokemon Champions. Also, the website confirms that the Omni Ring will be updated with new mechanics in the future, which means that if there's a new gimmick that's revealed in Pokemon Generation 10 next year, that gimmick will probably be added to Champions you know, at some point, like after its release, which means that, you know, they're probably going to be trying to move the entirety of the competitive scene of Pokemon over to Pokemon Champions. Like, that seems like to be like their end goal here. Their main point is seemingly that, right? They're just trying to get that out of the way and move it the other way. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. I'm just curious to see how this goes. But we'll see. We'll see. But they do also mention this, that if you go over to the website, you can see that they say that cross-platform battles will be possible. It's not just familiar mechanics. You'll be able to bring Pokemon from home to look forward to the cross-platform battles alongside your favorite Pokemon on Nintendo Switch systems and mobile devices with a variety of different modes available for your desired experience. Pokemon Champions, this is where they confirm it as well. Pokemon Champions will be the VGC software used for World 2026. Starting in 2026, Pokemon Champions will be used as the VGC software for Pokemon World Championships and for Championship Series events leading up to Worlds. Pokemon can be brought from Pokemon Home into Pokemon Champions to assemble powerful teams. Cross-platform support will also permit players to compete on either Nintendo Switch systems or mobile devices. So again, we'll see how that actually, will be used. They do also say, though, that in certain regions, Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet may be used for Championship Series events, which that might have to do with places like Belgium, where I'm wondering if this game is even going to be allowed in Belgium and the Netherlands, purely because I know here they've banned certain microtransactions, like anything loot box related. So because that could confirm that this game's going to have some form of loot boxes, because that's why Unite was banned, because they added some form of loot boxes to the game, some sort of random chance, and that got the games banned here. So that could be the case, which I'm really worried about. I hope that isn't the case, but it does seem to be leaning in that direction. Also, Master Mega Evolution in ranked battles. So under the first set of rules for ranked battles held in Pokemon Champions, Pokemon will be able to undergo Mega Evolution, get ready for intense battles between Mega Evolved Pokemon. So it seems like the first, literally they're just going for the Mega era right now. They're doing the Mega Evolution era for the VGC and everything. So that's going to be super exciting, man. Seeing how that's going to work in the VGC, that's going to be curious. And then also they're doing the whole new thing, all literally right next to Worlds. They're going to be doing another thing called Pokemon XP or Pokemon Experience, and they're doing multi-day passes already. And these things are ranging from $120 to $150, which I'm going to say is pretty steep, man. Because all that includes is 2 Pokemon trading card booster packs, and a Pokemon XP collectible pin and a lanyard, which is, that's not really a lot, man. That's really not a lot. It's a little, I don't know, Chief. Personally, I don't think that's really that worth it. And they also have something called Pidgey pricing and then standard pricing. Pidgey pricing is limited. Grab your pass today. So I guess that's their way of encouraging people to actually buy the pass, is to buy the cheaper one, because you can buy that faster, right? Because it's the Pidgey pricing. It's the early bird gets the worm, right? That's literally, I think, what they're going for. But it's a little of a moot point to me personally. By the way, also, it's been confirmed Pokemon Champions will be free to play on Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch and mobile devices. However, a paid version will also be released for Switch 2 and the Switch. Pokemon Champions plus Starter Pack. More details in the future. You guys can see here, Champions takes stage at VGC 2026 World Championship in San Francisco, where Mega Evolution and Mega Dragonite will be available at launch. Next year, Pokemon trainers from around the world will battle it out in this game for the championship and make the shift to Pokemon Champions as 2026 World Championship in San Francisco. When Pokemon Champions launches in 2026, trainers will compete in ranked battles where Pokemon will be able to undergo Mega Evolution and become Mega Evolved. Okay, but then they also say Pokemon Champions is a free to start game coming to Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch and mobile devices in 2026. More details on a paid digital version of Pokemon Champions on Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems will be shared in the future. Interesting. I wonder what that means exactly. Based on what Central says here, as a reminder, the game will have 2 currencies according to leaks. VP will be used, so victory points will be used to recruit and train Pokemon, and normal held items will be only obtained through playing. The secondary currency will be for trainer customization, stadiums, and exclusive held items. Then, a reminder to check the Pokemon Champions leaks. Now, I don't really know what that means, but I do also wonder, just like what Herbert here says, free to start, this wording is intentional, and I doubt it will be free to play. And that's how Nintendo's always called their free to play games since forever. It doesn't mean anything, which is interesting because I don't remember them calling it that in the past. Maybe I just misremember. I don't know, but I don't know. It's a little odd to say the least. But either way, though, and we do have the entire leak, which we've gone through, the potential Champions leak that could be real, where they, said that the game is going to launch in January 2026, which also makes sense. If this is going to be the game for next year's championship, it needs to launch in January so that people can start collecting points, right? And building their teams so they can actually compete in local events and stuff, right? Also, Gen 10 won't have a ranked mode or VGC, which makes sense. Champions is replacing that. It confirms that IVs are gone and are always at max level, which is cool. Looks like it may be free to play, as there's another currency for customization, which now we know it's free to play, and triple, inverse, and rotation battles are back as well. So there is some interesting, worthwhile stuff there, but otherwise, I don't really know what else to say. But here also, another thing is, here's a consolation prize for no new megas today. This was because we got no new mega evolutions revealed the other day. But basically it says Majin, the code name of the new mechanic for Gen 10, will also be part of the Omni Ring in the future. So that also is a good thing to know, that whatever the Gen 10 feature is going to be, the Majin feature is also going to be a part of Pokemon Champions for anybody who plays, you know, Gen 10, and then once that feature in Champions is going to be there. So it's intriguing, man. It's interesting. I'm very curious to see how it turns out, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much summarizes it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.